All right, folks, y'all know what today is, right? It is Aztec Coffee Tuesday. And once again, it's me. It's that VINCE. I hope everyone's doing okay tonight. Folks, between last week being pretty pitiful, I have vertigo today. Really bad vertigo. I've not been able to properly function most of the day. Apparently, I had a prescription change. You know, even the great one has medication that he has to take in order to keep me all nice and flowing and everything. Unfortunately, one of my prescriptions did not get refilled, so I got to wait till Thursday. And one of them controls movement control, in other words. So when I'm not on it, things get a little bit wonky. So that's why instead of Earl Grey, I actually have Aztec coffee. And the way you make Aztec coffee, you take espresso coffee, you take a little bit of cinnamon, and then you take cayenne pepper, mix it with a little bit of rum, and it's a good way to wake up, you know. Well, it's part of life there, Ryan. You know, 46-year-old black man can't can't walk through life without any medication, that's for sure. But most of it also stems from previous steroid use. Like I said before, as far as the Sam Sulik video, anyone that has taken anabolic steroids, you're not getting away scot-free regardless as to how long you took it. Period. It just isn't going to happen, folks. It just isn't. So, yeah, I got to wait till Thursday, and then I got a dentist appointment tomorrow, so I'm not even sure how I'm going to manage that shit, you know. I guess they'll just have to strap me in, and hopefully I'm not moving around too much. But I'm going to run the 4 hours there. I should be fine as long as I keep the coffee and cigars flowing. Yeah, you got to get doctor's approval each time you get one. Well, I did have a contract worker mess up work that I paid them for, and it was about $600 worth of work. And they really screwed that job up, so I got to deal with that. Then I didn't bill someone for freight for a shipment to a church, so I got to get 200 out of them. What else? Then someone canceled their order, but I still shipped it out. I got to send them a return label to send back my shit. Just typical business stuff, but yeah, that's the way it is. Business is never an issue or anything like that. As long as I stay in the black, you know, and everything, not being black, but also staying in the black, that's perfectly fine. But the biggest irritation I have is work that I've done that's supposed to make me more money, and now it's just sitting there like a bump on a log. But the vertigo doesn't really help because everything feels as though, I have to be extra careful when I move, if that makes any sense. So, that sucks. What's up, Lion? Please do not call me Uncle Vince. That's about the same connotation as Uncle Tom or so forth. Oh, yeah, we're in the black robe tonight. We're going to get another robe, by the way. So, thoughts on Biden's economy? It's not just Biden's economy, it's our economy, Athens. I think our economy actually is doing okay, to be honest with you. I mean, it can always be better, but, the truth of the matter is that most Americans, they spend their money on stupid things like $5 coffees. Did you see that news report where Warren Buffett's wife, Astrid, she was complaining about coffee, saying, how in the world can people spend $4 on coffee? And she's right, Americans wouldn't be so broke if they didn't spend all their money on stupid things like iPhones and pads and $5 coffees and eating out every freaking day and getting every cable channel and Netflix and every streaming network, and every little fancy thing, you know. As far as the economy is concerned as a whole, it's okay for everybody else. Some people just make their own misery, if you know what I mean. If you want your economy to be as best as possible, get rid of the shit that you're not using, Don't even sign up for cable. Don't sign up for satellite dish or anything like that. You don't need it. A lot of free stuff going on. You can get Pluto TV for free. Check if you have an Amex card, Amex Platinum. Just check with every single. There's usually someone that has a service that has free channels. I mean, you can have Pluto TV. Most people got Amazon. You can get Amazon Prime Video. And you get yourself an antenna. You got business. You don't need all this shit, people. I mean, trust me, you don't. People spend $200 a month on just TV. Ridiculous. Inflation is still increasing, but not at a rate not as fast as it was before. Yeah, even food can be free. You can go to there's plenty of food pantries around. Maybe I should do a live stream one day with me actually going to a pantry. What do you think, folks? Give me a hell yeah if y'all want to see me go go line out of a pantry. It'd be about a 2-hour live stream because the line pretty much wraps around the pantry as far as picking up stuff. It depends on what shows up in the community thing as far as to what we'll be reacting to. I mean, I already have some pre-selected videos. And we got to talk about the recent indictment of Donald Trump. Y'all want me to do a live stream of me going to the food pantry? I don't really need to go to a food pantry, but I will do that for you folks, if y'all want me to. I think that'd be a good idea, actually. I don't use food banks, and I don't need to use it. But it would be a good idea for me to show you guys how to use a food bank, at the very least. This is a 4-hour show. If I was going to do the live stream for the food bank, it would be about a 2-hour show because it's a 2-hour wait usually as far as the food bank is concerned. Yeah, I'll give a heads up. Live interactions with people, that's going to be a little hard to do, I mean, we still got to do the scoundrels thing, and, I got to work. I'm getting some cameras and stuff in. I've also got I'm downloading some arcade games. I just need the launch box is good so far. I got all of the 7800 games. I got all of the NES games. I got some of the Super NES. I'm just having trouble downloading some of the. I need to get the MAME emulator for the launch box so that way I can run those arcade games. No, I'll never go live at the Swordfish. That's never going to happen unless I'm sitting outside. I don't film inside. I'm not allowed to film inside restaurants. I'm not Sean G. I'm actually kind of respectful. But a food pantry, I mean, heck, it's a food pantry. I'm not going to give a shit if I film there, Now, another place I am intending to do a live stream from is Vance's birthplace. I am going to actually do a live stream from a legitimate slave cabin. Can you imagine that, folks? You see, down in Hendersonville, there's Vance's birthplace, and you can go in there for free, and you can take a tour of the whole property, or and that includes the slave quarters and stuff. So I thought it'd be extra mini if I did something like that, but I got to work something out as far as that's concerned. But we'll see. But the food pantry, I may actually end up doing so. Well, KCB, I'm still once I get the MAME and get the net, I mean, I'll work on the net play. I just need to get everything in first because I'm not familiar with these emulator type things. Right now, the only thing I got working on it is the NES games and the 7800 games, but that's because I'm using RetroArch. I just got to get everything else. I'm sorry to hear that, Joel. Get some Pepto-Bismol. Well, they've called before, Ryan, but I've not been there, so I mean, I usually just take pictures and then I leave. So, yeah. Speaking of slavery, thoughts on Jimmy the Greek's theory? I don't know Jimmy the Greek's theory. You'll have to explain what his theory is, KCB. You tried playing Desert Falcon a week ago. It plays similar to Zaxxon, but there's a couple of differences. I never liked the game, to be honest with you. I'm still trying to get the Scrapyard Dog game to work, but I think I just need to adjust the controls a little bit. For educational purposes, I mean, taking a tour of Vance birthplace, I mean, I've not done that since I've been in school, actually. But you guys would be able to learn a lot about the history of things. I mean, they've already yanked down the monument, so, I mean, in Asheville, so. I may as well do a tour right now before they decide to burn down the place. The way things are going, people are... All this stuff is getting burned down in Oakland and Los Angeles, all these other urban neighborhoods. They're just tearing shit apart. Slave breaking practices is what... If he said that, then he's an idiot. That's just... no. You have to think about it for a minute. In all of professional sports, there's just as many white folks successful at sports as black folks. So it doesn't hold much water. I think it's just a matter of participation to where more black people are signing up for sports because it's their way out of the projects, The thing about it is if you can't, a lot of black folks go into sports simply because it's free education, They can get a scholarship. That's no different than the Army. Most black folks sign up for the military because, of the GI Bill and stuff. So it's just a matter of participation in sports, and that's really all there is to it. I don't buy into the breeding. The breeding does make a superior black person. I will give you that. But there's just not enough historical breeding per se, KCB. There would have to be generations upon generations. I mean, not just 200 or 300 years. You would have to be talking at least 500 or 600 years at least for something like that to even remotely happen, Sean G went live a little while and asked the lady working at the coffee shop if they served him. I think we played that before. What's up, P for P? I have vertigo, really bad vertigo tonight, so I'm going to try to stay awake as best as I can and make sure I don't do too many movements. And you also have to remember one thing: only a few plantations actually did that type of breeding thing. That generally wasn't the case with every single plantation out there. So, the biggest difference, KCB, is just the general overall environment. As far as also the food that we eat American food. In Africa, there's a different meal. So, regional foods will affect the shape and size of a person. What caused my vertigo? I had a change in prescription, and I can't get it renewed until Thursday. So it's just causing me some bad vertigo and shit. So I gotta wait till Thursday. So I'm gonna try to lay low as much as possible. But I will live. I got coffee and I got my cigar, so that'll keep me awake for a bit. But yep, it's just one of those many things. Well, generally speaking, David, we've always had better genetics, but genetics doesn't always mean anything there, David. You know, I would just there has to be there's a balance between each individual and stuff. I mean, when you're talking athletics, it's just that more black folks sign up for athletic sports in order to get a free education because they can't afford to go to college. We can't afford to go to college, so we're going to sign up for sports. You know, that's really all there is to it. And with signing up for sports, we're going to spend more time in the gym, David. Now, you put a poor white person looking to go get a scholarship and watch him train. He's going to be just on par with any other black athlete. No joke. It's all about the situation itself, David. Do you see Africa? No, I don't see Africa as my homeland. America is my homeland. I was born here in the South. You know, wasn't born in Africa. That would be like saying white people have like you white folks have connections to Europe, which you don't. You disconnected yourself from Europe whenever the Revolutionary War happens. That's one thing our people needs to do. We need to separate ourselves from places that we weren't born at. We're born in America. We're Americans. If you look at yourself as a separatist from it, then how can you change America if you don't see yourself as an American? Just straight American, don't put an Asian America, African American. You got to see yourself as an American, Andy, and nothing more. Just leave out all the tags and sir tags next to it. Just American, that's all. Country lacks a lot of patriotism these days, unfortunately. Both in their prime, who wins? Sean Ray, hands down. I mean, Dexter's an awesome competitor. And he did beat Jay Cutler for the Mr. Olympia, but Sean Ray, he was competing against Lee Haney. He was competing against Dorian Yates. He was competing against Ronnie Coleman. He competed with Lavroni, Flex Wheeler. I mean, the cream of the crop. The cream of the crop was in the 90s, hands down. So, yeah. I mean, the only thing as far as Africa is concerned, I see it as cultural significance as far as to where my ancestors came from. But beyond that, I'm an American, you know. I've not separated myself from, I'm just not from there, you know. I was born in America. You know, I was born in North Carolina. I don't have any connection with Africa, you know. I've never been there. I don't speak the language or anything. I don't know. I mean, I do know there. The only thing I know about it is my own investments in Mcopa and M-Pesa, or excuse me, Mcopa. That's about it, you know. That's my only connection to Africa is Mcopa. So, yeah, that's the whole thing. Dexter didn't have the structure at the time in order to be successful in the 90s. And don't forget, Dexter did compete at that particular time. But of course, he was just getting started out, you know. Yeah, Sean Ray's competition was a lot stiffer than Dexter's. And Dexter got that Olympia because Jay Cutler showed up looking like complete shit in the pre-show. I mean, I couldn't even believe he looked like that. I mean, he could have literally been put in 5th place if he wasn't the reigning Mr. Olympia. Yeah, Dexter has won more shows. But that's only because Sean, after a certain year, he only competed once a year at the Mr. Olympia, and that was it. Sean Ray could have won a number of Grand Prix shows, hands down. He could have won a bunch of shows. But Sean Ray, you know, didn't do that many pro shows. He mainly competed for the Mr. Olympia. He competed like once a year, and that was it. I mean, Ronnie Coleman won a bunch of shows too. I mean, like I said, I'm not knocking anything away from Dexter, but you're wanting me to make a comparison between Dexter in his prime and Sean Ray in his prime. And Sean Ray, he competed in a much harder era than Dexter did, you know. But Dexter Jackson is still one of the greatest bodybuilders of all time, you know. Both of them are. And people will disagree with me on that, and that's perfectly fine. I mean, I can accept someone telling me that Dexter was a better bodybuilder than Sean Ray, because in a lot of instances he was. Sean Ray does not have a Mr. Olympia title, and as you just stated, Dexter has won a whole bunch of shows. He's won, how many times has he won the Arnold Classic? Like 3-4 times? You know, Sean Ray only has one win. Well, technically two, which they disqualified him for some BS reason, you know. So, no, Dexter's been in some really hard shows as well, KCB. And he's beaten everyone. Well, both Dexter and Sean are now retired, so, I mean, Dexter won't be taking the stage again. Yeah, Dorian was a monster. You know, he was just a big great white shark. I mean, he was huge. But then Ronnie Coleman steps along, and I mean, it's, if you guys ever see Ronnie, if you ever saw Ronnie Coleman 2002 at an expo, woo, boy, I'm going to tell you this right now. Ronnie Coleman is about my height. But just imagine, you know, I'm a big guy, right? Ronnie Coleman would be twice as wide as I am. Literally wide. Ronnie Coleman was Huge. I mean, what he was, me and him stood height wise. We were about the same height, but he was a lot wider than I was. That's for sure. Freaking monster. Yeah, exactly. He was a freaking silverback. I mean, Kevin ain't lying. If you saw him at an expo around, especially around 2002, I think 2001, 2002 was his best period. Uh, he was literally a silverback gorilla. He didn't even he didn't even look human. Freakiest thing ever. I'm 5 foot 11 actually, or 5'10" and a half. But I'm the same height. I'm pretty much the same height as Ronnie Coleman. Yeah, I mean, I mean, when I met Ronnie, I looked him. We were at face level, so I mean, yeah, he's the same height as me. He's just wider than I was. I mean, I'm a big guy, but I mean, I'm not. I mean, he makes me look like a twink. I'd be on a Bellamy video compared to Ronnie Coleman. Nah, it wasn't that KCB. It was that insulin that actually did it. The insulin and growth hormone, especially when the insulin started, that's when those bellies and guts started hanging out. People were just abusing that growth hormone and the insulin stuff. So Ronnie Coleman is not my favorite bodybuilder. He's a great bodybuilder, but he was never my favorite. My favorite would have been Sean Ray and Arnold. So I mean, those are my two very favorites. And of course, I mean, him, Chris Dickerson, and Ronnie Coleman. At one time, Lou Ferrigno, until I actually met him. Those are the people I grew up with. Lou Ferrigno, I mean, I really liked him when I was growing up as a kid. Who didn't like the Incredible Hulk? And then you meet him, and then you find out he's the Incredible Jerk. Ronnie Coleman is not the biggest bodybuilder I ever saw in person. You want to know who the biggest was? Nasser. Nasser was big, but I'm gonna let you in on something. The biggest bodybuilder, and this will surprise you, would be John Cena. I kid you not, John Cena is huge. If you saw him at his peak and you walked by him, he was a huge person. John Cena, I kid you not, John Cena had size. Nasser was still big, and Marcus, yeah, he was pretty big too. But, and I think part of that, in my opinion, was because John Cena was much taller than I was. So, yeah. But John Cena was a pretty huge person, and still is, actually. Oh, no, Andy, I don't have any pictures up on the wall of bodybuilders. The only thing I got is autographed pictures. I got one of Bob Ciccarella. I got Branch Warren and a few other people, but I keep those in the file cabinet now. I'm a little too old to be putting up pictures of bodybuilders. I never met Rich Piana in person ever. I just never had the chance to do so. The issue is that He just tried to put himself on the level of Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he just wasn't, you know. And you can obviously tell he was running that Incredible Hulk racket, you know. Just it was just kind of cheesy. I've met Branch Warren plenty of times in person. Yeah, Branch was pretty big. Nice guy too. So, but yeah, I got a signed picture of Branch too. So, oh boy. I mean, I've met every single bodybuilder up until I stopped really going to too many shows in like 2014. So beyond that, I've not met any of the newer bodybuilders that are roaming around these days. Because I've somewhat fell out of the bodybuilding scene, but I'll move once I move back into it, and if I start working expos again, then I'll have the opportunity to meet these folks. So let's get things lit up, and then we're gonna start reacting to videos. Well, when he was competing, he wasn't that big, really. I was bigger than him when he was competing at the time. When he started really juicing, that's when he started getting pretty big. Oh yeah, I definitely met Lavroni in this prime. No, I met no, I met him when he was at peak. I've also met him when he was slimmed down. So I've met him in different eras. So I've met him when he was like maybe a buck 90, and I've met him when he was 250 pounds. So the one thing about Lavroni, he could weigh 190 pounds, and in like 8 or 9 weeks, he could be up to 240. He was sort of like Frank Zane when it came to training, to where he wasn't trying to lose weight, he was trying to gain weight. So he had to do an uptick as far as his training was concerned, rather than trying to lose weight. Now, Sean Ray, on the other hand, when it came to Sean Ray, he stayed within 10 to 15 pounds of his contest weight. And the way Sean really made his money is through guest posings. So, yeah, Lavroni grew into his shows. Alright, so let's get started with reviewing videos. Alright, let's see what we got here.
God bless him. God bless him. Live and let live.
This one's from 2 years ago, but I don't remember what this one was about.
Thoughts on facials. Complete waste of cum. You need to cum in your old lady's mouth, her pussy, or her asshole. Don't cum on her face. Come on, man. That's on you, bro. She can wipe that off with a towel. You put that in one of her holes, she has to live with it. She's the whore. It looks hot though, Father. Facials are for porn. Nobody does that in real life. Everybody comes inside the hole.
I've shot in people's faces before. You shoot where your partner asks you to shoot, you know. You have to be really careful as far as shooting into someone's hole. Because you don't want to get a woman pregnant or anything like that. Now I remember what this was all about, but you shoot where your partner wants you to shoot, you know. So
in real life.
I mean, there was this girl I was dating, and this is before, and I'm talking about biological girl. There was this girl I was dating, and she wanted me to shoot on her feet, you know, literally. I'm like, what? You want me to shoot on your damn feet? I'm like, okay. I mean, it's not an unreasonable request, you know. I mean, it was like, I mean, you know, I'm sure Carson Daly had gotten other weird requests on MTV, so I did shoot on a woman's feet at one time, you know. Just keeping it real with you. You shoot where your partner wants you to shoot. It makes no difference. It's gonna go somewhere, you know. That's for sure. So.
I want to go to the bar.
But yeah, I remember that one. All right, let's check out the next one. Let's see what we got here. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. I think we've seen this one before, but it's always a good laugh. Now, someone told me something happened with Richard. I don't have much information. I was checking out his live stream video gaming last night, but I didn't notice any changes in his apartment or anything. But it was one of those little tiny windows.
Can you not, dude?
Yeah, I think from what I understood, that she was just in a bad mood or something like that day. But when it comes to putting your deposit or anything like that, just go along with what your partner wants, you know. You know, with the exception of the hole, you know. Because like I said before, you know, if you're not ready to have children or anything like that, You know, even if you got a Jimmy hat on, don't shoot in the hole, folks. Now, if you're all up in her anal glands and stuff like that, you ain't got no problem with it. You know what I mean? You may have to wipe a little bit, but, you know, you ain't going to have no problem. You're not going to get her pregnant. Vagina shot, you know, I wouldn't even do that even with the condom on. Don't take no chances, folks. And make sure you always flush your condom down the toilet, too, as well. Do not throw it in the garbage, you know, because some of these trifling ass women here, they will actually take the condom out of the trash can. They'll pour it down their vagina to get themselves pregnant. So that way you end up paying child support. And believe me, it happens a lot. It happens pretty often, folks. But this one girl, she wanted me to shoot on her feet, you know. You know, I've never had a guy ask me to shoot on his feet before, but I've had women, you know, when I was still banging women and stuff like that, she wanted me to shoot on her feet, you know. What am I going to do? I'm going to complain? You know, she's already given up the puss, you know what I mean? You know, she's giving up puss, you know. So I figure, you know, if she's giving up the puss and everything like that and I'm enjoying the night, you know, there's nothing like clubbing and then, you know, clubbing at the club and then clubbing some poor woman, you know, and stuff like that, you know. She just asked me to shoot on her feet, you know. And you know, one thing about me, when it came to women, I you know, one big thing I love about, and normally I don't try to discuss fetishes or anything like that. You know, anytime I've ever had relations with women, I always wanted to make sure they kept their high heels. If they were wearing heels and stuff like that, I told them to keep them things on. I just have a thing with heels and stuff there, you know. I just like propping up that leg and everything like that and just seeing those heels and stuff, you know. Just keeping it real with you folks and telling it like it is, you know. I mean, but that's the way things were, you know, and stuff. But, you know. But she wanted me to shoot on her feet, you know. Okay, fine. I'll give you, I'll shoot on them bunions of yours, like, you know, and stuff, you know. Just saying. You always do what your partner wants you to do, you know. Plain and simple. That's the whole point I'm making. If she wants it in her eyeball, shoot in her eyeball. If she wants it up her nose, shoot in her nose, you know. If she wants you to shoot in the mouth, shoot in the mouth. If she wants to shoot all over the face, that's fine. The only thing you got to be careful of is the puss, okay? Don't shoot in the puss if you're not wanting to have kids. Plain simple, you know. No, I've even had a woman want me to choke her too, you know. Now I'm like, does Wayne Brady got to choke a bit? No, women can get kind of, I'm telling you folks, women can get kind of wild there, you know. You just got to go with the flow sometimes. You got to think about it, but be careful when you're shooting a puss, okay? Don't even do it at all if you're not trying to have kids, you know. Pull out and just do what you got to do. Put it somewhere else, you know, where it can't be found. Period. That was really bad advice by Jay. Don't go and shoot in the holes if you're not trying to get anyone pregnant. Oh, yeah. I was going to play this one anyway. It's not freaky. It's sex, Ryan. You know. I just had a thing of watching, you know, I just had a thing for high heels here. You know. I mean, I wasn't really into her or anything like that, but heels always bring a form of some... heels, for some reason or other, just brings me a nice form of entertainment, you know. Just saying, you know. Alright, folks, you guys get ready for this, okay? I was going to play this later on, but it looks like James has already pointed it, so here we go. Oh, boy.
Cute building, yeah. Oh, wait. There we go. I wanted my office to be there.
Yeah, I mean, folks, even though I wasn't really into women, I still wanted to have fun, folks, you know. I mean, if you stick it in, it's still going to have a reaction, you know, and stuff, even from a gay person. I already knew I was gay, and I was trying to, but, you know, I mean, I tried to, I made, at that time, I tried to make out with what I had, basically, you know, and tried to pretty much change my sexuality. I figured I bang enough women, it's going to work. It didn't work, folks, okay? Plain and simple.
Very unattractive, look at that.
And that, folks, is how I know that it's not a choice.
Yeah. Real men get discharged from the hospital at like 2:12 a.m. and then roam around. Oh, yes. So this seems like an opportune moment to revisit many interesting things, like the sidewalk. I wanted my office to be in that building. I don't know what the name of it is, but it's mostly abandoned. Never actually toured it, but it seems sexy. I was thinking about this bridge recently. You know, bridges over overpasses. Very insightful. Always a good suicide opportunity. I thought it was more.
What did he just say?
Bridges over overpasses. Very insightful. Always a good suicide opportunity. I thought it was more, you know, built up. What's great about this is I can tell this is going to be one of those great Ian McCarthy rant moments. There's this weird threshold where, you know, you're on the verge of just being totally unintelligible, but you're still intelligible. So I'm accepting donations to the Ian McCarthy Stimulant and Carbohydrate Fund. Yeah, ooh. We are approaching the hospital at which I was born. Someone's messaging me. Ooh. What's shitty is, other than my hair being crap, if I weren't such a freaking bum, it would be great to walk around at night. I'm being sent hateful messages by my friends.
Ian's family is pretty wealthy and well off, so don't feel too sorry for him.
I'm pretty sure this entire building was not here when I lived in this neighborhood. Pretty small for a bodybuilder. This is probably an opportune moment for me to apologize for all the histrionic bullshit. Oh, look at that. Woo! Yeah, it's a great building. Look at that. Sexy. Yeah, all the stupid videos I posted a year ago, they were stupid. Someone needs to figure out why YouTube, greetings, Facebook. For the record, it's a fucking disgrace that people fucking sleep on the stoop of a church in the United States in 2023. Yeah, pathetic. I honestly do not have $1. If I did, I would give it to you. If I had more than $1, I would give it to you. Good luck, man. I'm finding myself very triggered by this neighborhood. Excuse me, by this neighborhood. Yeah, rough. Great insights.
Ian McCarthy, he used to be a pretty decent social media influencer. He used to go by Coach McCarthy. He helped Genova train a bit. He was one of Genova's original coaches before the Adam era. But he's a good guy. He's a good kid. He's just he had a developing case of schizophrenia, and then over a course of time, it got to the point to where, you know, we're at this stage, at this point. He's in pretty bad shape.
Ooh. see. Let's see if this works. Oh, wow. Ooh, exciting. There is a technical term for this. Beyond the fact that I'm extremely attractive. Nostalgia therapy. Yeah, wow, look at that. But yeah. It's been a minute since I've been here. I did the Johnny Bravo photos. All right, I'm fading. The last time I was over here, I was hanging out with a probably homeless gentleman who was like drinking beer out of his like sweater while snorting cocaine. It was great. It was like 6 a.m. Yes. Sexy beast. I need some feedback. How much have I aged in the past 6 years? Have I aged more or less than 6 years? Exponentially more? Logarithmic? Honestly, intense. What strikes me... got fucked. Again, Elon is worth $200 billion and there's someone fucking sleeping on the street right now. It's not like it's Elon's fault, but proportion. So, endeavoring to refocus after seeing a bunch of people on the street and being upset.
Yeah, Ian has those Aryan looks there that would have worked well in Nazi Germany and stuff like that. But, well, I mean, at the same time, he's not really that old. I think he's still in his 20s or so.
Upset by that. I'm not sure about anyone watching this, but I'm someone who... the things that keep me going are the weird exceptions to...
I've dated guys that look like Eon, so...
life experience.
Definitely not act like him, that's for sure. But I wouldn't date Eon. Personality issues.
For example, walking through my old neighborhood. So, it's a building. Just to walk down the street, going to the gym. Very efficient. Going to the gym right now. Late 2016, early 2017. Identical to Brad Pitt. Rough. What was it? I wish there were a way to know you're in the good old days before you've left them. One of the highlights of my life was crashing my car going less than 5 miles an hour. Let's see if this...
I vape and I want to switch to cigars. What type I should get? I would start with the Connecticut, one of the lightest cigars, probably a Robusto, and then work your way from there. It depends on how much flavor do you want, but that's why I always tell people to start with Connecticut's because those are the lightest.
I want this to get cut off. Okay, so look. You see that beam? That beam. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, so I continue to get fucked by the length of these videos. I was tired coming home from the gym, and I just like miscalculated the turn slightly. This preceded the Adderall days, and the door is just like, it was like the iceberg, the Titanic. Wrecked. See, middle of the night is the best time. So this is a place, a location. So that bridge right there, that's where we moved the chair. And the cocaine guy was over here. The cocaine guy. The guy. This was the restaurant to which we never went because I was a loser at the time. I had never consumed alcohol. It was amazing. I was 23 years old. Had never had a fucking drop. Alpha male. Look at that. That looks like Paris. I actually like it. Paris is the best. Go to Paris, please. I love Paris. It's great. So this, as I recall, was a lot. Oh, nice. Crack your head into it. Ooh. We're in Manhattan now. Just waiting for Lieutenant Benson.
Well, KCB, technically he's also in inheritance prison, sort of. Like I said, his family is pretty well off, you know, very well off.
There's an entire culture to the homeless, and honestly, 99% of them are legit. I mean, there's a lot of, you know, comments that don't make sense, but anyway, yeah, so what's going on, guys? Yeah, seeing this many people on the street in a row, it's like, just give me IV heroin, baby. Very sexy. I actually don't know where that goes. Oh, am I lost? Oh my god. Being attacked. You know, Dick Cheney owns this park. It's interesting. I spent a lot of time here. 2018, 19. Partially due to a lot of amphetamines, but also trying to deal with how depressed I was. I still hear particular cues. Hans Zimmer, frame shift. Dun 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 dun. Although that's terraforming. Anyway, they all sound the same. Yeah, so I'm either hallucinating or the sun is totally fucking coming up at 4:22 a.m.
I mean, this is actually a good sign because he's actually doing videos somewhat, to where for many years he didn't do too many videos. So for him to be out there, he might be working his problems out. But he's still got a long way to go. But that's the whole thing. When I hear Richard talk about his issues, they're nothing compared to Eon's pictures. I've dated guys that look like him, but they had a completely different personality than he is. He wouldn't be someone I would date, because remember, folks, I date based on personality, not by looks. But I've dated like maybe 2 or 3 people that look just like him, so moderate differences, but yeah. But let's go to the next video. I wish all the best for him, though.
If I could just take it here. Is this door open? Yeah, he left this door open.
Hey, Serratus, I'm doing okay. I got, they messed up my prescription. I got to wait till Thursday, so I got some severe vertigo. But I'm hanging in there. But yeah, I've checked some numbers on Wes. I'm beginning to actually like this guy. Once you get past all the cussing and everything like that, he's got some good business strategies and good marketing and stuff. I'm just not a big fan of someone that curses a lot, but, you know, at least he's not in prison doing some crazy stuff. So, I mean, I have to give him a little respect on that as far as him not trying to actually buy an actual jet and to rent a jet. Renting a private jet is pretty much a good business strategy. Especially if you're trying to sell a specific lifestyle or specific service. Yeah, that was Akon. Oops.
Hello.
Let's see what we have here. Did he break up again? Huh. All right, let's see what we got here.
Hi. So I went to Miami Grill and to Checkers because I want to compare their French fries. So here, well, let me show you what I have here. So here we have some French fries, and this is half a Philly, an original Philly cheesesteak. Okay. And here we have something. This would be a gyro. Okay. Got gyro. And we have a fish sandwich. And they
Way too much food.
give me some ketchup. One thing I love about Miami Grill is that they have great customer service, unlike most Checkers I go to, where they just kind of throw the food at you. Yeah, they don't even give you ketchup. And you say thank you, they don't even say you're welcome. It's like Popeyes. Okay, so here we have Checkers. They didn't fill them up all the way because, you know, it's Checkers. But that's the fry lovers. And I got some mozzarella sticks. I didn't get the mozzarella sticks at Miami Grill to compare because I feel like I'm gonna get too full. So here's 2 fish sandwiches from Checkers, so I can compare fish sandwiches with Miami Grill. And they gave me some napkins, which is nice. And here are some fish.
Is there a timestamp on this that I should be looking for? Let me see. Because I'm not going to spend 46 minutes actually looking at him eat. So, let's see what we got here.
And the fish sandwich, bro. Ooh, that looks good. That looks really good. That looks kind of crispy. I don't know if it's supposed to be crispy or not. That looks good though. This is the.
Hey, do you have a timestamp for this or something? Or is there something I should be looking for? Because I don't want to...
Not the big buffer.
This is way too much food to eat.
I forget what it's called. This is definitely all going to turn into water weight. Good.
It's not water weight. It's going to be fat.
Kind of can really...
It's just eating. That's not a cheat meal. That's, I've never eaten this much food, ever. Not even close to it.
Save the best for last. How is that enough ketchup for anyone?
Disgusting.
I ate everything. It was really good.
Just disgusting. I mean, he did nothing but just eat. That's the end of the cigar, so remember, twist, not jab. Be right back. In the meantime, while I'm taking a little siesta type, y'all can watch this here. I'll be right back, folks. In the meantime,
I'll blow this town to smithereens! Time bombs! Try to get up there in time, Spider-Man!
Watch me cut my web, Goblin!
Watch yourself fall, Silk Slinger!
Gotta stop the bombs in time!
If I don't get you, webhead, my diagnosis will!
Holy Hannah!
And you're running out of fluid!
Is this more action than even Spider-Man can handle?
Spider-Man, a video game from Parker Brothers, the ones to beat.
all right. Now that that commercial is over with, let's go on to the next video. Folks, I can't eat that much food. I mean, that's just... And he's not really taste testing the food itself. I mean, I've seen him and his boyfriend, Nicolato. They've eaten the same food every single day. They've eaten at Checkers before. So comparing one food to another, that's bullshit. He's just pigging out, that's all. By the way, folks, be sure to smash that like button for this live stream, folks. Be sure to smash the like button. All right. Y'all want to see an old Jack... This here is an old Jack Black video. So let me show y'all this here.
Just last night, I was lost in the jungle with...
That's Jack Black. That's his very first commercial he ever did.
Pitfall Harry, surrounded by giant scorpions and man-eating crocodiles.
Well, Harry and I just grabbed the van, swung through the trees, and over the tar pits and found the jungle treasure. It was really neat.
If you haven't met Pitfall Harry, you're missing the year's most incredible video game adventure. Pitfall for the Atari 2600 and in television.
Since I met Pitfall Harry, no other man will do.
Pitfall, designed by David Crane for Activision.
And, of course, let's do the pole position one. Man, why not? Let's do the pole position, and we'll go and review a couple other ones. These are some of my pre-stuff that I actually had, so give me just a minute. Y'all like this one.
Hey!
Yeah?
You look like a real jerk!
Well, I am a corporate executive.
He stops exciting things from happening.
So what you doing?
Well, Muffy, Buffy, Biff Jr. and I are going on our Sunday drive.
Oh, no, you ain't. You're gonna play pole position!
You see, graphics weren't really good back in the day, so you had to come up with some really catchy videos, so it leaves skid marks on your soul. Oh, love that. All right, next video.
Hello.
Nope, we already seen that one.
We have quite a few people watching. I have not seen one question or comment. I haven't even seen any of you people click like. All you people are watching and nobody's click like. People in here watching, 0 engagements. So I guess there's no point carrying on with this. I've given you guys some good information. We kind of went with the flow of it, and nobody's chimed in. So I'm gonna probably want, oh, hello. Matthew finally typed hello. Jason, you got any questions for me? I'm in here for a few more minutes. Any questions, thoughts? Still not a single person engaged other than that. There were 20-something people watching at one time. Guess this just is not y'all's cup of tea. Not y'all's cup of tea. So I guess we'll wind it down. I hope it has been informative. And I will talk to you guys and gals next time.
Yep, no engagements. I got engagements, but I got no donations right now. I guess I better cut off my live stream. And folks, this is why I run my businesses outside of things. I mean, that's why I do live. When you do a live stream, at least for me, I do it for fun. I don't do it so much as for donations or anything like that. You know, I got people like Pugman, Joel, and everyone taking good care of me with donations. But at the same time, that's what I tell some of these social media influencers. Have something else besides, you know, social media in order to pay your bills, you know. You see, because even without that, you know, I can go get a job. I can also go run my businesses and everything. So when you have those other irons in the fire, you don't have to worry or depend so much on donations or interactions or any view money that YouTube will pay, you know, pretty much. But yeah, even with 27 people, the thing about it is Jason does the exact same thing practically every day, you know. Some people don't want to engage, they'll just troll instead. Yeah, you've donated as well, Serratus, like $200, you know. Which everything I put back in the channel, including the gaming and everything. But some of these influencers, you know, they don't get no money or anything, and then they just cut off the stream. It's just they have some sort of sense of entitlement for some reason whatsoever. It's weird.
I'm not a downtown guy. I like it here in the ranch. That's why it makes sense for me to call Interactive Mail. About a year ago, I took advantage of their free trial. Instantly, I was connected with local men. Some guys don't believe there are still real cowboys, but those who made it up here to the ranch found out I was for real. So if you know exactly what you want, or you're just a little bit curious like I was, call Interactive Mail now.
1-800-626-0015. UC Media 18+.
You know, you used to be able to have a home-based business by having these 1-800 numbers. That's something that Don Lepre did a lot of back in the day. And these phone networks, they were quite popular. This is a later one from 2004. There's not that many left, actually. So I don't have any other video reactions, so I'm going to go ahead and put up one of my pre-screen ones here. So give me just a second. Since y'all want to do commercials, let's do one of my old... Now, this is an American video. This is how Bud Light should be selling their stuff.
This is the place where the work gets done. Work, that's the measure of a man. This is the home of America's best. This is Red Man Land. It's a place where strength is forged in molten steel and the spirit of pride runs free. It's a nation filled with men who make this land everything it was meant to be. This is the place where the work gets done. Work, that's the measure of a man. This is the home of America's best. This is the home of America's best. This is Red Man Land. Red Man Land.
This is the way commercials should be. Good patriotic commercial. None of this fluffy stuff. I had another Bud Light one I'll show in just a minute, but let me refresh this here. So give me just a minute. No, we already did that one.
Fresh off that 6-mile run. Fresh off that 6-mile run, champ. About to chow down.
He talks somewhat like Sean G.
Put the miles in. I put them miles in, champ. I put them miles in, champ. Now I can eat fish. Fully dressed it.
That looks like one fucked up fish sandwich.
And I got beans. A good old fish sandwich.
Yes, we already know what the fish sandwich looks like. So he has fish sandwich, beans, low light, some sort of weird headband on. So, yeah.
Six-mile run.
He could at least put that down and sit at a table and film, but oh well.
Fresh off a 6-mile run. This ain't gonna do nothing to me. Nothing. But put energy back in my fucking body.
Him and Sean G must have been in the same prison or something.
Shit real. Need a water.
He has to be related to Sean G. Has to be.
All gone. All gone, champ.
Glad you enjoyed your meal. He must be related to Sean G somehow. I don't know why. Hey, KCB, I don't see any videos that you put in. Yeah, none of them are posted in the community chat. I mean, I have some other videos I have on my own that we can play, but we'll get the Sean G video here.
That was a 25 count. That was a 25 count. $25. Gotta get your vitamin D, man. Gotta get your vitamin D. What's up, man? It's 3 sets, man. If you... So I did 1, 2, 3. It's the 4th set. I did 4 sets.
It's just doing push-ups.
Top 7. You need to find your receipt. Go back to the store. Sit up. If your chest don't sit up like this, something wrong with it. Your shit broke. Something wrong with your chest. You need to find your receipt. Go back to the store. Go to customer service and say, yo, I want to get my money back.
Push-ups do build up a good chest, and he has a decent one, but like I said, if all he's doing is push-ups and calisthenics, he's not going to get the chest that he enjoys. So.
I want to exchange my chest for a chest like Sean. That's 200.
Yeah, let's move to the next one. Not too minty. KCB, I don't see any videos that you put in. Where did you put them at, KCB? Did you put them in the community channel or somewhere else? I don't have any videos, KCB. Community thread? I don't have anything for either one of you. Where are you guys putting them up? I'm not seeing anything. I had one that just came in for you, KCB. Let's take a look here. Well, this is what cleaners use in order to get rid of people's bodies. They'll use the piranha solution, put them in a plastic barrel, and yeah, anything as far as peroxide is concerned, anything carbon-based that it reacts to will completely burn up. So if you want to get rid of a body, well, you would use this type of solution. But yeah, it will take off the bones and it will disappear. So don't go getting any ideas of killing someone and vaporizing them. Let's go ahead and check the other two links here. So yeah, it looks like it disappeared, so let's see here what this is. I may have to wait for those to come through to where I can see it.
Welcome back to Guerrero Fitness YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about meal prepping. You guys want to know what I eat, and I'm going to show you guys how simple.
I've had that type of chicken before. It's not very good whatsoever, but let's see how he makes it. That is the type that you'll get at Sam's Club. You can buy it in super bulk.
Well, this thing is, you guys are gonna trip out. Might think it's boring, but this is the chicken that I use. It's gonna be my meals for one day. I do this every day. When I was cutting, I was doing a little bit more of leaner foods like egg whites. A lot of egg whites. But since I'm gonna start my reverse diet, I just make it simple. Chicken and rice. Chicken and rice. And for my veggies, we use what? What do we use for our veggies? What do I use for the vegetables?
Green beans.
Green beans and spinach.
It's still, I mean, if he's going to Sam's Club, he could have just still bought a pack of chicken, marinated it, and put it in bags, and he would have saved a bunch of money, as opposed to eating that canned stuff. Hey, Danny, what's up, man?
So yeah, I use 4 cans. Wash the chicken, of course. I don't use gloves. This is my food, so my hands are clean. Make sure to wash the chicken if you guys want to eat like this, but I make it simple. I mean, I was doing chicken breast in the oven, but after a while, I didn't want to keep bugging the old lady to keep making that for me every day. She still has to cook for my kids. And, try not to put a lot on her, so I found this to be easier and more efficient. I think so. I like it. Make sure it's washed right. So to be honest, I started eating it off the can, but
see, and that's why I don't really buy that chicken. I mean, it's convenient to have in a can. You don't have to worry about, and it's easy. It's ready to prepare, but it's just so expensive. And you gotta. The reason why you have to wash it out is because it has so much salt water and so much other stuff in it that whenever you wash it out, you know, you're still left with a low grade of product.
So I heard you had to fucking wash this. Pretty much, this is 5 servings here. So I usually weigh it. 4 ounces of chicken, 25 grams of protein. So now that I gotta introduce carbs every week, going back on eating more, I gotta break it down. So I used to eat a whole can with half a serving of carbs, but I gotta distribute the carbs a little bit more now, so I gotta break down the protein a little bit more. So I know I usually eyeball it now since I do this every damn day, but I'm gonna show you guys that you could weigh it to be exact. It's about 4.5. Make it simple. I do use chicken breasts once in a while.
Don't do this, folks. Just don't. It's not only too expensive, but it's just... I mean, there's a lot cheaper and better ways of doing it. He should take my advice. I buy chicken breast straight from the pack at the same place he goes to. That stuff is from Sam's Club. And if he wanted to do something like this, all he has to do is throw it into a slow cooker and put your seasoning mix into it, and that's it. Turn it on. Once it's done, you got chicken. You just set it and forget it.
Wow. Fresh off the oven, but like I said, I'm trying not to bug the old lady as much. Whoever's been married over 20 years they know what I'm talking about. Sometimes they might not be in the best mood and you ain't gonna eat. So I found out an easier way. I'm gonna assume I just... Every day is what I do. Is it easier? About right. And waste no protein. I'm still kind of like on the on the hungry stage, so shit, I eat every little bit of food. That's some reverse dieting. It's a lot. I feel that it's a lot harder than when I was cutting. I feel more hungry. I'm still not up there in carbs, so I finally got to add a whole cup of rice in my meals. So before it was half a cup, now it's like the full cup. So.
Radis, I'm not for sure why she would be bugged with him cooking the chicken itself. As long as he has a good game plan. This wouldn't be the way I wouldn't buy that canned chicken or anything, because that's pretty expensive for him what he's doing actually.
Rice is easy to make. I make it every night. That'll last me about 2 days. They said I don't waste no food.
I'll check in a minute, KCB.
Right now I'm always hungry. Always hungry. And I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. Remember, this is one day, but I still have 2 other meals, which is my protein in the morning as soon as I wake up, and then after another protein shake after my workout. It's just my meals. The magic, I add some salt, pink salt, Himalayan, it's good. Has a lot of benefits. You guys can read about it. Google it. Fast and easy. That's that. My spinach, it's fresh spinach, so I carry it in a Ziploc bag and then I just heat it up, throw it in there, and we're ready. Obviously, as I go move higher on my carbs, I'm gonna add cereals, muffins, but for now, at least 2 months is what I'm gonna eat every day. Every day. That's what you gotta do. Thank you guys. Appreciate the support.
I mean, the good thing is he has a game plan together, and that's a quick way of making 5 decent meals and everything. It's just that if he put a little bit more time and put the chicken and bought regular chicken out of the same store and put it in a slow cooker, he could have done the same thing for a lot less and saved some money. But I could see the reason why he's using that method, because he doesn't have to cook the chicken whatsoever. He just washes it out and puts it in the containers. Oh, wives can be mean. I mean, they can be really mean as far as any type of use. But I think it's not so much as the noise in the oven, it's just the mess that it makes. I think that's what he's getting at, but at least he's consistent. It definitely ain't Sean G stuff, that's for sure. Alright, give me just a second, KCB. I'll see whether... If you put in a whole bunch of links at once, it's possible that that YouTube may have flagged it. Hang tight. Let's see what we got here. Yep, held for review. That's what happened, KCB. Now let's try it. Yeah, your comments just got held, KCB. But we've already seen this one before, so.
Thoughts on Vince Goodrum? I don't want to get in a chicken wing eating contest against that guy. Okay, have you ever seen the gap in those teeth? That guy could put a chicken wing in his mouth and pull out nothing but bone. Vince Goodrum is the ultimate chicken wing eating motherfucker. I never seen a gap in the teeth like that. And that guy was obviously bred to do chicken wing eating contests. You see the gap in them teeth? For Christ's sake.
Yeah, KCB, I actually made 2 different videos on this. Because like I said, this was about a year ago. I actually made 2 videos on it as far as the bread for eating chicken wings stuff. So, yeah, I didn't live react to the last one you sent simply because, you know, I've already done it a couple times and even made videos on it. So, especially whenever that came up originally.
Yeah, that's totally cool.
Let's see. This one's got to be interesting because this is Sandman. I've been to an ECW show.
You know, there's an idea for a workout video you might want to propose to him, maybe. The gimmick workout.
Yo!
Yes, Kurt Angle won Olympic gold in wrestling. They're trying to make this Gabe Stevenson. He also won gold as well, but I don't think he's going to turn out to be a great wrestler. Yeah, the Iron Sheik was a straight up bull. Those Persian clubs, I've tried 50-pound ones before. Woo, boy. But he had the 90 pounds. I wouldn't even want to touch those. Give me just a minute here. I'll be right back. Okay. Oh, Vertigo's killing me tonight. That's the one thing about Vertigo. I mean, my balance is just way off. Like no other. Let's see. Oh, good old 80s stuff. Tommy-vous.
Everyone is fortunate enough to know my techniques of how to make a lot of money.
The Tom Vu method differs from others in that his system teaches you how to make money in real estate immediately and enjoy life right away.
I know some of you are thinking, my seminar is the same like everybody else's seminar. My seminar is not the same like everybody else. My course is copyrighted. It means no one else is allowed to teach my unique course. Plus, my system can show you how to put money in your pocket in real estate right away.
Tom Vu says a key to making quick money in real estate is to know how to deal in distressed properties. He says you can locate money-making properties every day.
This is another house I just bought. It's worth $500,000. Using my own technique, I pay only $285,000. I make $215,000 in this house. What can you do with $215,000? You can take 10 trips around the...
You see, Tommy Vu was the originator of house flipping, you know. He's the one he's pretty much one of the original people that started this house flipping business. So, yeah.
The world, send 4 or 5 of your kids to go to college, or you can even buy a Rolls Royce. Come to my seminar. I show you how to make all kind of money. Here's a secret for you to make millions. Very simple. Learn how to do your first real estate transaction. Make a small profit, and after that, don't quit. Keep repeating the same successful process many times over. You become very wealthy. Here's another example how easy it is you can make a lot of money. Take a look at this house, my friend. It's worth $500,000. I pick it up for $285,000, making $215,000 profit. If you can do about 10 deals like this, the way I'm about to show you, you can retire a multimillionaire. People say that I'm a genius, but I'm not smarter than anybody. I'm only a lucky boy who found a genius money-making system. In the last 5 years, many of my seminar students have applied my system and also make a lot of money. Let me take you to an actual real estate closing where you will see one of my students apply my technique about to walk away with a nice check profit. I invite you to come to my seminar, learn how to make a lot of money. Once you have a taste of a good life, you will never go back. I didn't have all this at first. I started with nothing, less than nothing. In just a few years, I made a fortune. I have everything I ever wanted. You can do the same thing too. If you know my technique to make a fortune, you don't need a credit, you don't need money, you don't even need a college degree to get started. If you have a desire, get the guts, come to my seminar. Let me show you how.
I know lots of you out there are skeptical. In my hand, framed, is a check for $203,029.32. I net in one transaction, one deal. This is a net check.
I know after watching me and my student making a lot of money, you got excited and you want to go to my seminar to learn how to make millions yourself. And a lot of your friends will tell you, don't come to the seminar, it's a get-rich-quick plan. But tell them, it is a get-rich-quick plan because life is too short to get rich slow. If someone trying to discourage you, my friend, take a look at them from head to toe. If they are nothing, stay away from them. You want to learn from success, not failure.
You see these checks in my hands? You know I did it. The fact is, lots of people are making money all over the country, starting with nothing. If you don't know how, the seminar will show you exactly how.
I never forget what my grandfather told me. There are 2 kinds of people in life, the doer and the loser. Which one are you? Are you sick and tired of where you are, working hard for years for nothing? Are you excited about watching my student making a fortune on TV? You know, many of these people started out with little or no cash and no credit, no experience. Do you have a guts to step out of where you are to achieve your financial freedom? Then come to my 3 hours Success and Real Estate Investing Seminar. The cover charge for this seminar is not $1,000. It's not even $500. It's not even $100. The cover charge, my friend, is free. Free. And if you're not willing to spend 3 free hours to learn from a self-made millionaire to maximize your opportunity, you deserve to be broke.
Good old Tommy Vu. Now, how did Tommy Vu make his money from those seminars? They still do this thing to the same day. I mean, to this day, they still do the same thing. They'll invite you to a free seminar, and then they'll sell the courses afterwards. Basically, the seminar is just a sales pitch in order to take the sales courses. But the thing about it is that he's the one that originally started all this house flipping to begin with. Buying off, you ever see those, if you ever drive by and you see those little signs saying, I'll buy your distressed house for cash, that's something that Tommy Vu actually did, but nowadays he's just playing poker, but he gets stuff off of distressed properties and everything, but he makes more money he makes more money off of the seminars nowadays than the actual real estate. But as far as his real estate stuff is concerned, it is pretty sound, but it's something that's done over and over again by other people that's been on TV. Like what was the name of that Las Vegas flipper? I can't remember the guy's name. He did those type of seminars too. As well as the people, Tariq El Moussa, he does those seminars too. So, prison, he got in some trouble for securities fraud of some type and some false advertising, but he was never charged with anything. I don't think he ever went to prison or anything like that. But nowadays he plays poker. Hang tight. Let's go on to the next one. Let me check it. But as funny as he sounds, people did laugh at him, but he's quite wealthy. You deserve to get broke. But I used to watch those infomercials back when I was growing up. I watched him and Don Lepre. And some of the commercials were a lot more vicious than that one, so those are on the soft side. Let's see. Let me refresh this here. Hang tight, I gotta see whether... Chances are yours was held for review as well. I don't have yours yet. I'll have to wait until that comes in.
Penitentiary muscle. People are always asking me how I get big. You gotta eat big to get big. And I'ma show you when I was in fucking prison. In a fucking penitentiary building, penitentiary prison.
He does have some good muscle there. I can't give it to you, but look at that face. That's only a face a mother can love.
Aztec fucking muscle. I always drink milk before I went to sleep. Straight gangs, nigga. I'm free now. Now, I could drink the almond milk. Good milk. Straight gangs, nigga. Straight fucking gangs. I'll bite you. Now, you gotta eat big to get big. And I drink the milk behind it so I can stay solid like fucking oatmeal. I'll bite your fucking nose off. You better like and fucking subscribe. Don't be a fucking bitch. Hit the like button. Hit the notification button. I got a big ass fucking hoagie. My wife made me a hoagie, motherfucker.
Your wife didn't make you a hoagie. If she made you a hoagie, it wouldn't have that tag on it.
Hit that notification bell so you can be known for everything that prison muscle do. We getting big around here. We getting solid around here, nigga. This big ass sub, motherfucker. We getting big around this motherfucker. And I got the almond chocolate milk, nigga. We getting fucking big.
He is more funnier than Sean G. It's good mints.
I'll bite your fucking nose off, bitch. Fuck with me, nigga. Get big around here. We Bigfoots around here. Penitentiary muscle around here.
Yeah, Scott Yancey, he's a complete slime bag. That show that he did, Las Vegas Flipping, I mean, it was all staged bullshit. I mean, he runs a legitimate, real estate company, but, he didn't have to throw in all the stage props. But Tommy Vu did it best because he did it first, and then everyone else that followed behind, they used the same formula.
We ain't fucking playing. Hit that like, nigga.
Wipe that mouth, nigga.
Hit the fucking notification bell, my nigga. Stop being a fucking hater, man. Come on, big bro. Stop it. We getting it. We let this shit, man. Come on, man. Stop it. You let this shit. You let this fucking shit. We ain't no fucking frauds.
I didn't see it yet, Serratus. I'll check again.
We building prison fucking muscle. Sub is healthy. Straight games, nigga.
That sub must be, I don't know about healthy, but it must be tasty considering how much he likes that sub.
Straight fucking games. We getting big. We're almost done. We building muscle. We building it. I don't give a fuck about this person diet, about what that person eat, nigga. Niggas in prison not even on a fucking diet. Them niggas big as hell. They big as fucking hell. Why? They put in work every fucking day. Arnold Schwarzenegger once said, for every bad calorie that you eat, you gotta be willing to lose it. I'll bite your fucking nose off. Like I'm biting this fucking hoagie.
Should really pull his pants up, you know. Oh well.
We're eating. Listen, tell Shorty with the big mouth, we been eating. We ain't new to this. Every time you sleep on your food, you gain weight and get big. You gotta get cocky, bulky, mass. If that's your goal, nigga, you gotta eat. You gotta eat big to get fucking big, nigga. You gotta eat big to get...
The thing about being a prison guard there, Lionheart, I could easily take him. But it's best just to call in assistance because, you know, you don't want to wrestle around with someone all day. There have been times to where I've been jumped by. I've only had 2 occasions to where I was jumped by inmates. One time when I was giving meds, and then another time, you know, I was up there talking to another inmate there. We was just up there joking around and chatting, and he jumped me from behind. So, yeah, I can easily handle someone like him. I've handled people bigger than him. But in any given situation, it's better just to have a bunch of people on your side. So, yeah, I can handle him pretty easily.
You fucking big, nigga. We getting big around here. We getting strong around here.
One thing you have to understand is I was a whole lot bigger when I was working in prisons because I was on a lot of steroids and I was taking Tren. So, yeah. So, I may be big now, but I was a whole lot bigger back then.
We building penitentiary muscle around here. County jail strong. Because you got to go to the county jail before you hit that pen. Before you hit that federal joint, nigga. You got to get strong. Big time strong. My wife hooked me up, nigga. My wife hooked me up, nigga. Straight motherfucking gas.
Yeah, I was about 260 in whenever I was in prison. Very, and I wasn't fat neither. So, I mean, when you're taking Tren, you know, Tren will do that to you. So I was, this guy probably only weighs like 180, 170 pounds. I mean, Me, I was going at around 260, 270, you know, whenever I was working in prisons. So,
Straight gangs. We get big on it.
Athens, I'm pretty sick right now.
Big.
I got that vertigo stuff going.
That's soggy right there.
Is he just throwing down his food? Look at that stuff dripping. What a pig.
We getting fucking wild, nigga. Man, we putting in work. We getting wild. I'll bite your fucking nose like this fucking hole. That's your fucking nose off. We broke this motherfucker down. That was a big ass sub. But we want the games. We want games. I understand, man. I run. I can eat anything I want. You don't run. You don't work your legs. You gonna gain weight. Like a nigga on steroids that don't work out. You gonna pack on fat after fat after fat. We broke it down. Broke it down, man. Straight games. Energy. Energy. Like, yeah. This motherfucker milk the truth, my nigga. Fuck with it. Hit that like button. Hit that notification bell, my nigga. Fuck with me.
No, I would not date him.
Straight gangs, nigga. We ain't playing around here. Don't be a bitch. Hit the fucking notification bell. Don't be a bitch. Hit that like button. Leave a fucking comment. You want to get big? Eat big. You get big. You want to get big? Eat big. You get big. Simple and plain. Why you think them niggas in the penitentiary, in prison, in federal prison, in a county jail big as hell? Cause them niggas put in work. On top of eating bad food. They use bad food for energy to put.
And I mean, he's cut up, but he has a good physique, but he's not that big. And the thing about it is, folks, yeah, Lionheart, I was in the 260 range, but I had I was a lot bigger, you know. So I mean, him going up against me, I would have outweighed him by at least 80 to 90 pounds easy. But even then, I still would have called in more people. So because it's better to beat people up in force like a big giant gang. So than having to deal with things myself. That's just me. I don't like getting my hands too dirty. The whole point of being a corrections officer is you got to stay safe, you know, because it's already a dangerous enough job. You know, there's no showing off or anything like that. Because even as small as that guy is, he could still have a shank or any other type of weapon. So that's all the more reason why you don't want to. You know, that's why you don't want to fool with something like that. So let's check this one out.
My wife, you know, she gives me a hard time about some stuff, and she doesn't like to give me oral sex. And it's become an issue in our marriage. And she'll do anything to get out of giving me oral sex, and she comes up with all these crazy excuses. Like last night, she said, I'm sorry, but I have a nut allergy. I'm like, oh, great, thanks. I heard a woman was allergic to nuts. And I said, that's fine, honey. Let me tell you what I'm allergic to. Monogamy. There you go. Hello, my name is Don Fuck. I wish you would come to my seminar, and if you do, I can make you millionaire! Millionaire! You see, I buy a house for $2,000, I sell it for $800,000. That's more money than you people make in lifetime doing whatever.
Now, he's doing a Tommy Woo impersonation, and I'm going to take a guess that the guy across from him is going to be the one that punches him.
Fuck you do! Come to my seminar! What's your name? George, are you having fun time? He was. Oh, thanks for busting my balls, George. You look like my brother. What you do for a living, George? Besides busting my balls.
I'm a bank teller.
You're a bank teller. You know what kind of job that is? That's a loser job. That's my seminar. Let me tell you something, George. My father told me long time ago when I was just tiny dumb fuck. You see, dumb fuck? There are two types of people in this world. Winners like me and losers like you. Now come to my seminar! Oh, you're so pretty. What's your name? Rachel. Rachel. Are you with George?
Yeah.
Oh, you should not be with him. You should be with me. I love you long time. Come to my seminar! Man, you're so pretty. Oh, me so horny. Me so horny.
Oh, shit. Yo. Get him off.
Come on.
Get him off.
Come on.
Get him off.
Somebody get him. Come on.
Yeah, he deserved that. He definitely deserved that. You see, remember my old saying about comedy? If it bends, it's funny. If it breaks, it's not funny. He's up there messing with his girl, and he's making this is a type of joke to where if you have Asian people around and you do it right in front of their faces, probably not a good idea, and he probably underestimated him. He probably thought, well, he ain't going to do anything. But when he started messing with his woman, yep, shit happens. Yeah, that's for real. Let's see what we got here. We got that one. That's the sandwich one. Let's check this one. Can't watch this one. Copyright it. That's from the movie Friday. Mm-hmm. You should not be making at a wedding. Looks like they hired the wrong comedian, but let's see what happens from here.
Some of the nice.
They handled that one pretty well. You got to know your audience here, but it looks like that. Now, it looks like the couple already knew what they were into, but this other guy, he must have been drunk or something to get mad at something like that. If I was going to have a wedding, I would never invite a comedian just because, you know, it's supposed to be a serious type thing. A comedian is something you would have at an after party, not actually during the wedding itself. That's just my thing. And that was the last video I saw. Let's take a look and see if there's anything else blocked. Yeah, it looks like all of your stuff is, it says potentially inappropriate. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. No, they just seem to have flagged his video for some odd reason. I don't know. One second, folks. Yeah, what happened was, remember when I said the Friday video? That's what happened is that, no, my channel is still up. In just a minute. just a minute. No, what happened whenever remember when I said that Friday video was going to get me clipped? That's what happened. It actually interrupted it at that time. But it re-enables once the copyrighted stuff is out. But give me just a minute. That's why I told you folks, don't send any copyrighted stuff over. Especially from something like Friday. Oh, that's cool. Oh, they also got me for this Demetrius video too, so I can't play that one anymore. That's odd. Alright. Well, even if it's 1 second, the minute it detects it, it'll... But can everyone see me now? Yeah, it doesn't matter if 1 second plays on it, that guy. It'll crash the stream. All right, hang tight. I told you YouTube doesn't play around, so they don't ban the stream itself. It's not a And I can't play this one. That one's definitely copyrighted Serratus there, so let's go to some of my old pre-made ones here. So give me just a minute. That way y'all don't get me in any trouble. Well, remember what I told you guys as far as that copyright is concerned. They'll shoot down the stream any day. They do stuff like that. Sorry.
Got, man. I'm looking for...
All right, I'll be right back. All right, let's get started.
For the most expensive melon I can find. This can't be real. This not real, is it? Get the white or the black? I'm gonna get the black. Let's go. We reveal it in a minute, y'all. 150, boo.
Black guy paying $150 for a watermelon. I wonder if he's gonna get some fried chicken along with it. How self-embarrassing.
Get that employee discount, man. You know black boys, all yeah. Eating the world's most expensive melon. This is what we're here for, the crime.
Serratus, regardless as to whether it's in the U.S. or not, if it's copyrighted, it can get flagged. That's why that stream, the stream probably could get interrupted again, probably in about 5 or 10 minutes.
So here we go, guys, the reveal. So they got this box. Let's talk about the box. The box is an issue. This is what really we paying for, is how the box look. They got it all fancy and stuff. Let me read me a little Chinese right quick. Don't mao phone dong bong. Ding bang ding bong. So here we go. Look at that, guys. Let's look at that right quick. They got a weird little cross thing right there. Let's see. $149 I paid for that. Yeah, they got it tape on the back. Oh, they got it sealed. Okay, they putting in a lot of work for that $150, man. Bust that open. History behind this is that they grow them on top of the soil. I guess it's more so like the watermelon. So here go the vine to it. Might got some super healing powers. So it looked like a cantaloupe to me. They got me, bro. Look at the Ivy. How you let them get me? Look at that. Look just like this. Come on, bro. How you let me spend that $150, bro? Let me go in with this. Oh, okay. Go in nice. Let's see. Okay. Voila. Voila. Ah, man, they got me, bruh. So I'm gonna get the seeds out, because you got some people pro seeds that say you should eat seeds, and you got others say.
Spent $149 on that cantaloupe. I mean, basically that is it's a honeydew melon. $150 for a honeydew melon.
You don't know, nobody know nothing, bro. We guessing everything we do. I know God made this fruit. I know I'm supposed to be eating fruit. So here we go. Bottoms up, baby. Okay. God doggy. Them Japanese boy, y'all never send me some more of these. This thing good, boy. Man, this tastes just like a cantaloupe. Sweeter and juicier. This is the top of the line. This is a 10. I can't. Watermelon is actually my second favorite tasting fruit. Cantaloupe is my first. So this is first now. Cantaloupe second, watermelon third. Now we got this. Here we go, guys. So y'all name it in the chat. What's this? What's it? Woo! Look at that. Clean, boy. That's how I used to do them in San Quentin, boy. Put that head on a little platter. Oh, God. What's going on here, bro? What's going on in here? Ugh, that is moron. Side look nasty, bro. I gotta show y'all. Look like an alien on the Alien movie. Look at that. Go get the seeds. I know a lot of you got them people. They say they eat the seeds, but Yaki say don't eat the seeds. You know what I mean? That's my mentor, man. That's my fruitarian mentor. Look like coconut. Got a texture. This ain't nothing special. We ain't got. Get those seeds out. Here we go. Samoa, Hawaii.
All right, I've had enough of this. Embarrassing stuff. I mean, don't spend $150 on watermelon. Just don't. I had another video, but I may start playing some video games in just a minute. Because I still got to test out that gaming system, so I'm going to probably do that in just a second, folks. Yeah, let's do some gaming after this here.
I'd hold you all night, any day of the year. The way that you taste, I love you, my beer. Whoa! Why don't you get into the groove? One sip will make it clear, the bull's got more taste than beer. Bye, bye,
Yeah, when I was growing up, they had some really crazy commercials and stuff with that shit small malt liquor. That stuff tasted like crap, by the way. Yeah, the melon thing set things back by at least 100 years. So let's do some gaming, folks, because I still got to test that thing out before I go. So hang on tight just a minute. We're going to get into gaming mode. Hey, it happens. In fact, before I do that, let me show you guys something. These are all my last videos. If you look at this, you see all these yellow marks? See, that's one green. That means monetization. This one here was ineligible. These are flagged ones. Flagged, 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 flagged. What that means is I don't get shit for them. So whenever I do the React videos, this usually is what happens. This is one of the rare ones. This is at the time to where I wasn't doing React videos. So that's why it's all the more important for you guys to donate and put money in the collection plate, because I don't get anything off any of these videos. So but that, folks, is where the line is when it comes to things like that. All right. Enough of that. Yeah, poor girl. I mean, she didn't starve to death. To starve to death means she wasn't eating anything. She was eating something. She's just was malnourished. So I'm going to go ahead and test out the gaming thing. So let's try. Well, you folks are free to donate as well. Double Dragon? Why not? All right. No problem, Serratus. Let's see if I could still remember how to play this. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we can deal with it. Still got a couple bugs in it. Here, you can have it back. Still remember that one. Well, that somewhat worked. All right. Y'all guys still here? Let's see here. Hopefully they didn't cut me off or anything again. All right. All right, folks, we got like 45 minutes left, so get your questions in. Let me move this back. Yeah. All right. Just needed to go and test that out just to make sure everything was running right. It still has a bunch of bugs in it. Let's see here. That's good. Like I said, it's still got a bunch of bugs in it. The biggest thing is it seems to mess with the Streamlabs thing, so but it seemed to work out all right. But we got 45 minutes left, so get your questions in. If y'all want to put some money in the donation plate, you can do that as well. But I had gotten another flag on something, so I'll have to... So we'll just clear the reaction video so that way YouTube doesn't interrupt my stream anymore. You can be an alpha male as being gay. I mean, as far as being an alpha male is concerned, it has more or less to do with experience and what you generally do, you know. If someone is... for example, playing football, they work a really tough job doing, like being a bouncer in a club or doing prison work like I did. You can definitely be an alpha male. Alpha and being gay or being a bottom or so forth, they have no correlation whatsoever. And I know you're trolling, but that's the God's honest truth with that. So. Oh, boy. Let's see what else we got here. Hey, Lamar, what's up? I checked out your stream. Whenever I go on your streams, Lamar, usually I log in under a different name. So that way I don't take away from your stream. Tell Andrew I saw what he said about me, so. But if I'm in your stream, I'm going to use a different name. I don't want to go and just mess into your stream. You know, that's your stream. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I don't do, with the exception of Big Lenny, because Big Lenny already knows me, and I don't think if I show up in his stream that it's going to affect or interfere with what's generally being done. So okay, so that one was cleaned up. I can dismiss that one. Let's do this one here. And that one's now fine, so looks like I got to do some more trimming, so I got you. Just keep going at it. It takes time, you know, to get the channel built. If you want to build it correctly, you know, and not pay for it to get built. Yeah, you got a really good camera, so I mean, you definitely got that. That's for sure, compared to my camera. But with me, usually I stream in standard definition, because even with the 4K, YouTube by default streams in standard definition. Now, it's good to use 4K whenever you're creating videos, but it's pretty all dependent. So, I've just always did my videos in standard definition. Some of them in 8K if I'm doing it from my phone, but eventually I'll even have to do HD video as well. But that'll be along in the somewhat near future. Likes black trans women. I still have my Samsung S21 phone. The same one I used at Verizon. And I've always liked that phone. It's a good phone. Now here. I swear this vertigo is killing me. And then I got the dentist appointment tomorrow. I'm going to be in bad shape. Let's go ahead and get this taken care of. But yeah, it looks like the ROMs will be good for me I just need to get better games than that. Once I get the arcade games downloaded, then we can have some real fun with the video streaming. You can always use studio lights, or those are pretty cheap, or just get a regular one of those little puffy light thingamajigs. Those also work pretty well. But it just takes time to get these things figured out. Well, Lamar, check and see how loud you actually have it. What are you using in order to... Are you using Streamlabs or are you using your phone to stream? It's going to really all depend if it's cutting out. The biggest thing it has to deal with really is microphones. But that can be a number of issues. My issue whenever mine was cutting out was the microphone itself. But it is also possible that you may have it up too loud. Nope, just YouTube on your computer. Yeah, you should use something like OBS Studio or Streamlabs in order to do your streams. I used to stream directly from YouTube, but I don't do that anymore. Best Buy mics. Yeah, just check all your connections. By the way, thanks for the donation there. Just saw that come in. That's actually the only donation I've gotten tonight there, so so I definitely appreciate that. I mainly do these live streams to keep in touch with everyone, you know, answer questions and everything. Because a live stream, even with me putting videos up, it's always important to have that interaction as well. Let's see here. That's just your typical Southern accent. Let's see, 2 times 1.45. That is all that is. And if you got it from the pawn shop, you may, if someone turns in a mic at a pawn shop, it's possible that they probably turned in something that was broken. I always try to get something with a warranty on it. I mean, but that's just me. So it could actually just be the microphone. Steroids can't make someone gay or straight. It's, you know, Reddit's full of shit, but no, steroids can't make someone either straight or gay. You could take as much testosterone as possible and you'd still be a homo. I like checking TMZ, but you got to be really careful. A lot of it is just gossip. That was the same thing with that vegan person that they reported that died of starvation when that wasn't even the case. That's why I had to make that video. You got to be really careful with these gossip rags. A lot of junk. Oh boy. Sorry folks, that vertigo is really getting to me. But I wanted to make sure I took care of the stream for the night. WorldStar publishes some pretty funny videos. Oh, I didn't even know that was still on. Circle K's got the perfect pet wash places. Yeah, usually I just get, I mean, whenever I had pets with my ex, we would just take a bucket, fill it up in the sink, and we would just wash the animals either in the bathtub or outside with a hose. Just to save money. I never took them to like a pet wash place. I've been with a lot of women Thunder Road. A whole lot of women. I was talking about that earlier in the beginning of the show. I don't own that site anymore, Chad. It doesn't belong to me anymore. So it's not, I mean, I can go ask the person, but it's not my business. I don't talk to my ex anymore. I've not talked to him in a very long time. That's the whole point of having an ex. You know, if you're not married to someone anymore, there's really not much communication from that point in time. So, no, I'm not going to ask Chad. It's not my business anymore. Once you sell a business, you don't interfere with whoever's running it anymore. And I definitely am not going to build a new website with selling the same products neither. I mean, that would be just that wouldn't be cool. What's an overall better muscle builder? Squats, because the legs are the largest muscle you have. So you'll build more muscle with squats simply because leg muscles are bigger than chest muscles. But you still want to do both exercises so you don't look uneven. But by nature, squats are an overall better muscle builder because leg muscles are the biggest. I'm going to have to do a reset pretty soon on that site. Flies will build better pecs simply because when it comes with flies, it focuses more on that inner chest part. So but it's still hitting the same muscle. So if you're going to do cable flies, then don't do a flat bench. What you would want to do is cable flies and probably an incline bench and then a decline bench. You know, because when you do cable flies, that's hitting that mid portion. So if you're doing cable flies, then there's no need to do a standard bench press, in my opinion. Because you're just hitting that same muscle. A lot of people, they'll just do straight benches, and they wonder why their chest doesn't look right, and it's simply because they're not hitting the upper chest and they're not hitting the lower chest. That's why you want to hit a flat chest. You want to make sure you get your incline, and you want to make sure you hit your decline. It's no different than triceps. You want to do your pull down this way, and that way that hits both heads of the muscle. Yeah, Lamar, you're gonna when it comes to bench presses, you're gonna favor a specific muscle more. Whether it's declines or I favor incline bench presses more than a decline. When I do a decline bench press, it feels funny to me. So. But I always do upper and lower. Even if I'm going light that particular day, you know, I still try to hit all of the muscle. That's what makes the big difference. Well, it indirectly hits the back, but at the same time, KCB, you know, you still want to, I don't think of it that way, because I'm going to do an exercise specific for the back, whether it's pull-ups or whether it's upright rows or so. If I'm going to go train the back, I'm going to do a exercise specifically designed for the back. Nothing too fancy, of course. Yeah, it's always good to train the back and the chest together. You know, those are good competing muscles to train. Usually the way I do it, of course, is I'll train chest and tris and then back and biceps if I'm going to do them on 2 separate days. Sometimes I'll do chest and arms, and then I'll do back and arms. It just really depends. I try to mix it up to confuse the muscles. But at this point in time, at my specific age, I just do what I can in order to maintain. Because I've already got a solid base. I mean, I'm not going to get any bigger. I mean, I'm already a pretty big guy. I've definitely reached my natural limit, I can honestly say. Now, I've gained a little bit of extra muscle because I've been taking steroids, but at the same time, I was already a pretty big guy, so even with steroids, you know, I would have to take a sufficient amount to get even bigger. Well, that's what you can do, Lamar, when you're at a young age. But just remember, when it comes to lifting, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So, don't do like Vegan Gains does, and he does a lot of ego lifting because it will catch up with you. Yeah, I wore do-rags back in the early 2000s here, but that was just to curl my hair. I mean, usually on Saturday, I would, do my hair wave, and then I would put the do-rag on, and I would keep it on all day. And then that way at nighttime, all I got to do is take it off, do a little patting around, and I'm ready to go out to the club. So, the do-rag was the thing when you're going out on the weekends. And I went out on Friday, went out on Saturday, Sunday. I also went out on Wednesday too. But yeah, the do-rag was my weapon of choice. That was when I did have hair. The do-rag just made waves very easy. You put a little bit of I used some Duke's pomade. Put that in. Put the do-rag on. Boy, them waves was in, baby. Them waves was in. Well, waves are always going to be popular. They're going to be around. I mean, as long as people, if you got hair, people are going to have waves. I don't have to worry about that anymore because I'm never going to grow that type of hair ever again. But I've had my fun with it, so now I'm bald. But these things happen. When going vegan to lower BMI and to avoid unessential fat, essential sugars, and I have no clue what you're talking about, but or what you're going specific with it. But you don't need to go vegan to lower your BMI. I mean, as you get older, your body stops functioning in certain ways anyway. So that's when that's why it's always important to go to a doctor. Because you see, I mean, I already knew what was coming for me based upon my family history. That's why whenever you go to a doctor, the doctor asks, well, what did on those exams, does your family have a history of high blood pressure? Does your family have a history of diabetes? And the reason why they ask that is because you're going to usually end up with it. That's heredity for you. Lenny's legs don't need amputation. Lenny wouldn't even consent to amputating them, even if someone told him that he needed to. So that's gonna be he'll never have his legs amputated. I think Lenny would rather die than have his legs amputated. Yeah, Lamar, he's capping on something there. Good thing I scheduled that dentist appointment at 9:30. Chad, arms are the easiest body part to work out. I mean, there's a ton of exercise you can do with arms. So you don't really need to do an arm routine. You just need to just train the arms. Simple bicep curls, tricep pull downs. Arms are the easiest thing to work out. Yeah, I've always said Big Lenny's probably going to outlive all of us. Big Lenny has good genetics. I mean, look at. I mean, if I lived in Lenny's house, I would be sick every single day. Literally, if my legs looked like that, they would have to amputate. If I did all the drugs and stuff, I'd be dead. Everything that Lenny has done, I would have been dead years ago if I did the same thing Lenny had done. I kid you not. Lenny comes from a family of great genetics. I'll give you that. Not really, KCB. You know, the human body, the human anatomy is a unique system. You just got to figure out what works for you. Some exercises are more effective for people than others. Like, because here's the thing, because I have really long arms, I don't try to do bench presses because it's an awkward movement for me. If I had shorter arms, bench presses would be perfect. But when it comes to doing flies, flies are very effective for me. So I do a lot of flies simply because I have pretty long arms. Doing arm flies are going to be more effective for me. If I had short arms, then they're not going to be just as effective. So you have to, like I said, depending on your body frame and your type, some exercises are going to be effective for you and won't be effective for others, and vice versa. I mean, I still do bench presses, but I do more cable flies and regular dumbbell flies than I do bench presses, simply because I have long arms. I stopped doing military presses in the gym a long time ago. I'll do military presses on my Total Trainer, but I really stay away from barbell military presses at this point in time. Big Lenny has great genetics, KCB, hands down. Because all the stuff that he's done would have surely killed anyone else, even me. If I did 10% of what Lenny did, I would be dead. Most people would be dead. Lenny has just good genetics. Well, I mean, that means you got to go a little bit heavier, but I would surmise, Lamar, since you played football, that, you know, your coach probably had you using dumbbells every day. So once you use a specific exercise every day, yeah, dumbbells would be easy once you've mastered it. So clearly you've mastered using dumbbells for exercise. All right, folks, we got 12 minutes left, so get your questions in. If y'all want to put some money in a donation plate, you can do that too. I'm going to close out at 12 because I got a dentist appointment tomorrow. And I can't miss this one because I missed the last one because I was sick. So I don't want to get yelled at again. If it feels too easy, Chad, put on more weight. I mean, you can never run out of weight. Well, Chad, now you're talking about some Charles Poliquin. Poliquin, he always did high reps like that, 100 rep exercises. Well, I was pretty sick that day, Lamar, and you don't want to go into an office when you're sick. But other than the vertigo, I don't think anyone can get a bad case of vertigo, so I'll just deal with that. I don't think Richard didn't stream tonight, neither did Big Lenny. It's kind of weird. Especially on a Tuesday. Maybe they found out that my stream was on and they decided to hold off on it. I don't miss the military one bit. I was in there for a short time. In all honesty, I wish I had never signed up. It was a waste of my time. I had no business being there. But I was there, so... At least I learned a bunch of stuff. Well, that's a bad idea to have whiskey before bed. Now, in the 1800s, they used to have whiskey before bed because it was what they would use it for would be just like mouthwash, just to clean their teeth. So I guess you could use whiskey for mouthwash, but beyond that, just use regular mouthwash in 2023. But yeah, back in the 1800s, they used to, before going to bed, they would rinse their mouth out with whiskey or something with a high alcohol content in order to clean it. That's how they also used to do it in order to keep their teeth clean before the advent of toothbrushes. Now, they did, of course, have toothpicks, so... But other than that, no brushing. Yeah, I suppose you're right on that there, Lamar. You have to determine your needs and your wants these days. I just don't like paying for dental appointments or anything. I mean, they don't cost that much, but it's still necessary. People hate going to the dentist because of the dentist, but it's just best to get it over with because, without going to a dentist, you can get pretty sick. I mean, you get little pus buckets pile up in your mouth and everything. You definitely need a teeth cleaning. When you have your teeth regularly cleaned, then it actually prevents illness. And it also prevents bad breath as well. But before we go, we got to do the soul poll. It's not been raining too much here lately. Lamar, that's going to come with time. That's going to... You got to give that a couple of years. Trust me, it'll be there. I can't tell you. That's something I can't really tell you. There's no advice I need to give to you. That's something that's going to come naturally. Chad, I can't make any real recommendations on something like that because I don't do Airbnbs. I would check TripAdvisor for Airbnbs for something like that. See what kind of ratings they have. That would be your best bet, but I wouldn't be the person to ask for an Airbnb. And I don't stay in Airbnbs. I stay at hotel rooms. I don't trust Airbnbs one bit. I'm not really even keen on using Uber or anything. I wish there was just regular cab companies around. Because when it comes to Ubers, you don't know whose car you're really getting into, to be honest with you. Whereas a cab company is a lot more organized, if that makes any sense. Well, Chad, that's the thing there. There's no organization behind it. These are all... Uber isn't really a company. They just contract out independent drivers. So again, you don't know... And so the thing about it is that... When it comes to Uber, you don't fill out a job application or anything. You just sign up for it so you're independent. It's the same with Airbnb. There's no checks and balances. If you catch a cab, that person applied for a job. That means there was checks and balances that was made. Yeah, like DoorDash as well. That's why you run into the cases to where you hear these stories about DoorDash drivers eating out of their food and stuff like that. You know... It's a job that doesn't require any references. It doesn't require any job history. It's good for someone that's getting out of jail or prison or so forth. But at the same time, you never know what you get when you get into someone's Uber. No checks. When you have something that has no checks and balances, that can lead to trouble. All right, folks. When it comes to Uber, I use Uber Eats because because I have Amex Platinum, I get a credit on my account each month to use Uber Eats, or I can use it for Uber. So yes, I try to use it every month. I didn't use it this previous month. But folks, that is the end of the show. I want to thank Lamar for donating. I want to thank everyone for joining me tonight on the show and just hanging out. Be sure to tune in On Friday, I may do a gaming live stream, probably Thursday, once I take care of the prescription issue for vertigo. But again, folks, I want to thank you for joining me for the midnight, in this case, Aztec Coffee Tuesday. And as always,